Revision. I believe you have enough knowledge to pass this exam. You don't have perfect knowledge, but you don't have to have a perfect result. You don't have to get 100% to pass this exam. I believe that if you had 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours to do this exam, you would all get 50%. Yeah? If you had all the time in the world to actually write something out and do the numbers and do the little definitions and do the applications and really think about it and really do it, you would all pass. And I think you should accept that. In which case, the main tip becomes the ability to recall, the ability to apply, the quickness of speed in answering the question, because you have enough knowledge to pass. Yeah? And part of this exam is about knowledge, but it's also about application and exam technique, as I have been showing you, I hope, successfully over the last couple of days. So, Friday night, what do we do Friday afternoon? Definition of a sub. Yeah, power, exposure, ability. You've got to, control to control. You've got to remember all of this stuff. So please revise your revision. That is a very important tip. Time management is a very important tip. We have been practicing time management. Yeah, we look at the number of marks available, and therefore we tailor the amount of time we spend on the question accordingly. We don't overrun. When it's a written question, and there are 5 marks in a written question, we try and say 5 things. Full stop, leave a space, new paragraph. Yeah? We attempt all parts to the question. We do not leave the ethical part out. 1/3 of all scripts, nothing is written on the ethics. Pathetic. Yeah, pathetic. You can write something on ethics. You can look at the case study. You can think about it. You can write something, please. Write something, you get a mark. Write something vaguely sensible, it might even be 2. Write nothing, I guarantee you will get no marks. Write in proper sentences. Don't do dashes. It's the exam. Be neat. Reference your workings. Don't start something at the bottom of the page so you continue on the top of the page. It's not pretty. Leave space at the bottom of the page. Start the next page. Yeah? Try and be neat. Yeah? Try and reference your workings. I've talked to you about RTQ. RTQ means read the question. ATFQ means answer the full question. Answer the full question. All parts of the question. What are you thinking, ladies? Answer the full question, please. Yeah? No harm in guessing. Answer every part of the question. And if the examiner gives you a piece of information, normally there's a reason why he's given you that piece of information. So try and incorporate that into your answer or take it into account in your debate. If the examiner, occasionally it's TMI, we have seen that. If the examiner says, I am going to do it this way, I have done it this way, normally that's the wrong way. So if you're in any doubt as to what to do, disagree with any proposal. Yeah? Because it's a pretty weak exam question and a pretty weak exam answer if all you're saying is, oh yes, they've done it right, I agree. Oh yes, they've done it right, I agree. Oh yes, they've done it right, I agree. So normally, if he gets off the fence and says, this is what I have done, then have the courage, have the intellectual strength to disagree. Yeah, so make sure you answer the question. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, those are my tips. Oh, one more. So I've given you a pack of material, and but in addition to the pack of material, I think there is last time's exam, which is just, I don't know, lifted off the internet. But there's also attached to the back of that last term's exam, there is also a mock exam. Yeah, and that is a mock exam that you can have a go at. I mean, you know, you can just read the answers if you want to, but that's not going to be as constructive as having the self-discipline and the professionalism to sit down and have a go at the questions under time management. So, yeah, those are my tips. Should we see the other tips? Do you want some actual tips of topics? Look, I don't know what's coming up in the exam. But if you were to ask me, I would say question number 1 would be a statement of financial position. I'm not going to bet my house on it. Yeah, but it's a probable scenario. It's a probable scenario. Foreign sub came up last time, but we've covered it anyway. P&L came up the time before. We talked about that. There is a chance it could be a cash flow. All right, but I think a balance sheet is there. And you know all the techniques around the balance sheet. There are pro formas that you need to know. They're in the revision material. You've got questions to practice. So question number 1 is a statement of financial position. The first question you should do in the exam is your strongest. If you think it's question number 1, do question number 1. But don't do question number 1 simply because it's the first question. You choose which question you do first. All right, and do a question that plays to your strength. It's very, very difficult to tip the questions that are coming up in question 2 and question 3. It's just very, very difficult. Because if you take a question like MC, yeah, what was MC about? Half a dozen different accounting standards. So you've got to have a knowledge of lots of little bits of accounting standard. You've got to have, yeah, lots of little knowledge. You've got to be able to write something about every accounting standard. Yeah? Question 4, I don't know, framework. Yeah? Or maybe, just maybe something on IFRS 3, business combinations. Yeah, see my Facebook. Or IFRS 5 on held for sale, which we have talked about, but I'll also do something on that. And there are, of course, articles on these areas. There are articles on these areas. You know that we have a lecture sequence, which I sort of use as inspiration rather than a literal following. And so on, page 2, those are key questions, and we've done the majority of the key questions, but then we've done some others as well. So we haven't really done much on revenue, we haven't really done much on pensions, so they may be something that you want to have a look at as well, just in case. But you've got follow-up questions there to have a look at and to follow through. Included in the material are also these short little multiple choice style kind of refresher questions. So if you are sort of a little bit wary about being intimidated, on page 79 you've got some quick questions on accounting standards and stuff like that. You've also got a similar kind of thing in terms of group accounts on page 9. So on page 9 and on page 79, you've got some additional little questions that you can have a go at. The answers are at the back. Good luck. Thank you very much. I love coming to Malaysia. Yeah. Yeah, the professional marks will be earned through writing proper sentences. The professional marks will be earned by answering all parts of the question. The professional marks will be earned if your handwriting is legible. Yeah? If they can't read your handwriting, or you're just using dashes and text speak, you're going to miss out on those professional marks. No. Professional marks are effectively in the gift of, under the discretion of the markers, as I say, if they can read your handwriting, if you've answered the question fully, or parts of the question, and addressed it, then they're discretionary marks. Very difficult for a marker to give discretionary marks on a number question. So, you know, when you get 48, 47, the marker will look at the script again, trying to find another 2 or 3 marks to push you through. If all you've done is all the numbers and not written very much, it's going to be very hard. But if you've had a go at writing everywhere and parts of the question, they can always find MC, 10 marks. You know, you could always find, if on the first mark it was 3 or first mark it was 4, you could go back and you could find an extra mark if you really wanted to push someone through. So make sure you do have a go at the written parts to the question. See you on Facebook. Yeah, you have my email address, you have my details. Good luck with the examination. Did you enjoy the class? Yeah. Did you enjoy it so much that you want to do it all again next time? No. Oh, you hurt me. Yeah. Don't. You've put so much effort in. You're so close. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. You will get there. You will get there. Enjoy the examination.